No, I'm sorry, ma'am. I am so sorry. It's above me now. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It is above me now. Okay? All right. Thank you. Let's start the show. Etapu, assalamu alaikum, namaste, haru nefer. This is Kisak Ma Keparu with another video for you. And in this video, I want to talk about how it's above me now. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button below. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live or when I upload videos. And if you haven't already, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. As a supporter, you'll get exclusive access to videos on the esoteric. We have instructional videos on how to perform a ritual, how to work with oracle cards, basically how to communicate with spirits, and how to manifest your own reality and have the life of your dreams. And you can become a member of Patreon for only $1 or $5 per month. So do it right away. Now let's go into this video called It's Above Me Now. Let me give you a background on this. This video went viral on the internet, and I usually don't pay attention to those type of things, but I think there was something very interesting in this video that we can learn from as spiritual people, as magi's. So the gentleman's name is Craig Brooks, and he works at this hotel. And apparently he was taking a call from a woman who wanted to, I guess, book a room, and they got into a bit of a dispute, and she ended up calling him the N-word. Well, she showed up physically to the place of business, asking Craig for a room, and Craig was very steadfast and stern, saying, "No, we're not going to give you a room. You called me in word. Keep it moving." All right. Now, I want you to watch his demeanor because I think we can all really learn something from this, and it's very interesting. So let's just watch the video, and I'll give you the post comments.
But you called me
My mother died.
I understand that, but you called me a No,
I'm sorry.
You weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
I was, listen, there was
No,
people screaming
but
at home.
at the end of the day,
I
and
need
the
a
climate that we live in today's society,
I said I was sorry.
I understand that, but it's above me now.
I need a room tonight.
Well, there's the Best Western next door.
No, please, let me hear. My daughter's here.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I was on the phone when you said it.
I said, I'm sorry. Please, I've had a horrible day
And I had a
today.
horrible time when hearing that.
He won't let me in.
It's above me. She called me a
Sir, my grandma just
I
died.
understand that, but it's above me.
Please let me.
It's above me. Sorry.
I got my
The
credit
Best
card.
Western is next door.
Sir, the rest of our family
I
is
understand
here.
that, but it's above me.
Please. I
She
apologize.
said what she said.
All right, it's above me
Whatever,
now.
you
It's
called
above
me.
me now. Love that expression. In fact, people are creating memes using that expression. So let's talk about this. What I loved about this is Craig really demonstrates the principle of Amen and the principle of Ma'at and keeping the heart still. He could have really let into this woman, but he was very calm. He was very centered, and he just stated his case. He's like, listen, in the climate we are in, you use the N-word. I'm not going to let you stay in this hotel. And I love the idea. He says it's above me now. Now, when I hear that, I think of, well, I've handed this matter over to God, so it's in His hands, and I'm sorry, He's the big boss. That's the way I interpret it. What we need to really understand, I think people of color need to understand this even more, that you're dealing with different perspectives. We're all basically wired to perceive or see the world in a certain way. Indigenous people of color, as I call them, are wired to where they can see the abstract. And white people, Europeans, are wired to only where they can see the concrete. And this is, as I said, it's hardwired. This is just our perspectives, and it's very difficult for us to come out of that and to see things in a different way. So when you have Europeans, you'll see that they look at things on the physical level, meaning that they look at you are the physical body. That's who you are. Whereas, whoops, sorry, let me just stop that. Whereas people of color will see that you are consciousness. If you understand what I mean, you are immaterial. You cannot be felt. You cannot be heard, you cannot be tasted. It's like you're beyond the five senses. You live in the etheric realm, your consciousness. Whereas historically we have seen that Europeans always see things in terms of color, gender, just those aspects that are concrete. Does that make them inferior or superior? No, we are created this way for survival purposes, because when you have things that are diversified, or when you have diversity, that ensures survival. But the thing that we need to really take away from this and the understanding is that this whole idea of race and racism has been put out there, constructed by the ruling elite. So what you have is people are downloading these thought processes. Even though we're hardwired to perceive the world in that way, we don't have to go according to that, because the idea is we want to resurrect Oser within us. And Oser is at peace. Oser is the one who integrates the left and right hemispheres of the brain. He can perceive the abstract and perceive the concrete. And that is the level that we want to get to. But you have as I said before, the ruling elite, which they have constructed this system, this virus called racism, and it's constructed as a pendulum or ergobor, or in the Indian Buddhist tradition, the tulpa, where it is constantly influencing individuals to say and act in certain ways. Our goal as God men and God women is to release ourselves from that connection with those pendulums, with those viruses. We have to operate independently of that and not go according to the status quo. Because right now, people are downloading information. And some of the information they're downloading is, look at the concrete, be racist, be sexist, be a capitalist, hoard wealth. We have to learn to detach ourselves from those things, which are the energy viruses that are out there, that exist. And when they no longer have control of us, then we act as if, we act in a way that is at peace and centered, in the way you see Craig Brooks operating here, kind of separating yourself from the emotional aspect. And what he did was a clear demonstration of being amen, being at peace, and also the Ma'at principle of keeping the heart still to live truth, because this woman has to learn a lesson. Now, in helping her to advance her spiritual growth and to learn that lesson, doesn't mean that you have to get emotional about this. Doesn't mean that you have to fly off the handle. Oh, you called me N-word, da, 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 da. You don't need to do that. Be centered, be at peace, and handle it just as the way as Craig did. And then leave the rest to God. It's above him now, if you understand. So people of indigenous color need to understand that when you're dealing with these individuals who are controlled by a pendulum or ergobor, or controlled by the ruling elite's thought process, that they're not going to be able to see the bigger picture, meaning they're not going to go beyond that concrete thinking to suddenly start looking at things in a very abstract and spiritual manner. That's going to be very difficult, because we're living in the matrix, a controlled system. And for them to suddenly rise and break away from that, it won't happen. You have to understand, even if we liberated the planet tomorrow from left brain thinking to integrated brain thinking, there will still be those who will be caught and really tied to the pendulum of racism. And breaking that cord will be very, very difficult. So I want to leave you with that message. Tell me what you think in the comment box. I just think this video is awesome in the way Craig handles the situation. We can learn a lesson from him, being at peace, but being steadfast and helping those who are doing wrong, help them to spiritually grow and elevate. Because remember, the law means nothing. Ma'at is nothing without Hurukuhuti, the God of justice. And Hurukuhuti doesn't come to punish, but to bring balance. So this is Kasarak Ma'a Keperu, son of Ma'at and Tahuti. My aunt is the beautiful goddess Heru. Until my next video, be at peace. Amun Ra.